Hello and welcome to or back to I've had two ciders. Not alone at home. I was out. Yes, on a Monday. Welcome to ADHD. Welcome to the Boyfriends Club. I am God Fissa. Fissa. Today I am on boyfriend number 12. Now, I found this boyfriend at a strip club in New West. I think these are kind of my younger, well, I don't know, a lot of this list is probably slightly out of order because I'm underage in this, because I used to borrow this girl's ID to get in the strip club. Like, I was never legal when I went to the strip club. There was like kind of miraculously a black girl that we were hanging out with, and she would like go into the club and then like pretend to come out for a cigarette and hand me her ID. And I don't think they really cared. I think they knew, because like she looked half black and I looked like this, and we looked nothing alike, and I was like a foot taller than her if they were paying attention. So I just don't think they cared. But we went there all the time because we could get in underage. And I don't even really, I'm not sure I understand why, because I feel like there was no alcohol being served at this particular strip club. I could be wrong. Oh no, it was that you couldn't smoke in there. Wow, I'm old. But you could smoke cigars or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, why we went to this specific one. I guess just because we could get in with me. Um, as I was the youngest of the group because I skipped a grade. And but that this was like one of our weekend things to do. We usually went on Sundays because that's Jesus's day. And strippers are God's work. They're doing God's work, honestly. They're beautiful, magical, spinning wonderments. I've always loved strippers. I went to my first strip club in St. Martin with Sandy, um, one of my boyfriends that passed away. And yeah, that was my very, no, it wasn't my first strip club because I was, no, okay, yeah, I was 17, so it's my timeline's very confusing. But I think the first strip club I went to was with Sandy, and it was like kind of a little up the road from the club that I worked at usually as a shooter girl, as a non-sexual shooter girl, which people did not understand but was really fucking funny to me. And yeah, I was the kind of shooter girl that like in New Girl with Zoe Deschanel, and she's like um she becomes a shooter girl for the night, and the girl that like introduces it to her, like she's wearing like a 1920s like cigarette box kind of thing, and then the girl that like got her to do the shooter girlness was like, hey stupid, you want a shot, you want a stupid shot in your stupid fucking mouth, hey you dummy, like she was just mean to the men. That was more my style. Anyway, the first time I went to the strip club, I was like, it's not um I guess the same if you don't like girls, because it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna jizz myself. It was like, oh wow, these girls are really hot, I will never look like this. Who was wrong? Anyway, I've always respected strippers so much and wanted to be one, just like from that first night. Because he went to meet someone for something. I don't know what it was. In hindsight, it was probably drugs, but um, he was like, "Do you want to stay in the car? Or you want to come in?" And I was like, "Well, I'm curious. I want to come in." So I got in there, and I didn't really get time to myself to take the strip club in, because almost immediately some guy walked up to me and he goes, is Bobby Rudd, are you related to Bobby Rudd? And I was like, the fuck, like I'm 17, I'm in a strip club, and someone asks if I'm related to my uncle. Like, I think in my head I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And I was like, how on earth did you know that? First of all, because I don't think I look anything like my uncle, although his daughter, one of his daughters, looks just like me. Um, but yeah, then we ended up talking about, and he was like, "Yeah, I met you when you were a baby," which that makes sense because I look like the baby version of myself. I've literally not aged. My head's gotten like a little bit bigger, but I look the same as I did as a baby. So that was valid. But I ended up just talking to this dude for ages, and then we left the strip club. So my first trip wasn't like that eye opening. I wasn't really watching the dancers because I was talking, so I didn't see all the glory. Anyway, um, so this boyfriend I found, he came out with us one night. He wasn't part of the usual crew, the usual suspects. Um, and I honestly don't remember that much about him. But I will also at the same time never forget him because oh, I guess I'm just gonna tell, like, it's been, I'd said that in like doing these videos that I wasn't gonna be very graphic or whatever, but like it's kind of the whole point of this particular story. So I'm gonna, because I said my virginity one, but I didn't get that specific. But still, this this one is only funny because of what ensued. So I'm just such a lady. It feels uncouth. Um, this we all went back to the girl whose ID I took. She was like a bit. I think she was 20 at that point, and I was 18. So she had her own apartment actually, which was like, wow, so cool. And there was a spare room that was gifted to me and random dude. Don't know his name, don't know anything about him, like can't even picture his face, like might have been dirty blonde. Really, really don't know. Uh just made me think of one of the other boyfriends as well. I've got a great track record. Um so to put it short and sweet, this I think was, yes, this was my first BJ, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know anything basically. Like, oh, what's funny about it is like I'm such a germaphobe that I got sick afterwards, not directly afterwards, but I had like a persisting pain in my stomach after this happened, that I went to the doctors and everything, and I was like, I I don't think I said what I thought was wrong, but I for ages, I don't want to say years, but um I was convinced that Spunk had given me had done something to my stomach. So I was afraid of. I thought I'd been like poisoned by. Like they eventually found out that I had an ulcer, and like as I'm getting like the real, like, this is what happened, the real diagnosis, I still think it's because of this dude. I thought that his fucking seed burnt a hole in my stomach for way too long. Like, I think it's a part of, oh my god, it must be part of so many different issues as I go through this list, but I don't know what else to say. I thought his spunk ruined my life, and I mean, he said I did a really good job. But I probably like avoided doing it a bunch because I thought it was gonna hurt me again. And I didn't think, it wasn't like, oh, Jesus has smoted me. I just, there has to be a better way to do sex education for children, for high schoolers. I hope it's better these days, because I don't know what, but why would they think to put that in the curriculum? Honestly, like, gurgle as much sperm as you want. Like, anyway, yes, that was him. That was that story. I don't know. I actually don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, fuck out of here.